Was good, boys? We are back with Champions League predictions for round 3. If you're watching on YouTube, check the link in my bio to sign up for Pookie for free and add me as a friend, iForensic. All right, boys, let's go. Galatasaray and Bayern Munich. So the thing is here, this match is in Gala, which kind of makes me a little uneasy. The total sitting at 3.25. Bayern Munich actually not getting heavy favorite respect here. Minus 245 is kind of interesting, honestly. It's like 1.47 odds, and I'm pretty surprised it's that good. So I wonder if the books are thinking that Galatasaray could score a goal here. Both teams' score is sitting at about 1.6 odds, so they do feel like Galatasaray can net one at home versus Bayern Munich. Gala at home in great form, as you can see here. No losses since, oh man, when was their last loss at home? To Bakshir 3-2 in a cup as well. So it has been a long time. Even the last time they played in 1972, not that it matters, it was 1-1 Gala. It was 1-1. I do think there's a little bit of interesting narrative here, which makes me wonder if a 1-0 Bayern Munich result is what's going to happen. I think it's a little too risky to go with that. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Bayern Munich result here. If it does end 1-0, I'll be pretty upset. Inter versus Salzburg. I feel like this should be pretty straightforward for Inter. Salzburg is not who they are. Odds do reflect that. 3-goal total. Inter Milan is sitting at minus 345 here. I'm leaning with a 2-0 Inter Milan result. Inter only have played club friendlies. Yeah, there's no recent results for us to work off of here. Inter at home, pretty solid. Salzburg away, also solid, but not the same level of competition. I will say, though, Salzburg's win against Benfica was pretty nice here. Inter at second in the table here. Salzburg third. You know, I think what I'm leaning is still 2-0 to Inter Milan. Just makes the most sense to me. I'm going to go with that. Sevilla versus Arsenal. Oh, man. So on one hand, you have Arsenal, who, everyone loves, the EPL teams in this competition. It's kind of hard to go against them, even though we did see Arsenal struggle and lose against Lens. So we got to keep that in the back of our heads here. But I feel like this is not a game they can afford to drop, in my opinion. Everyone has already penciled in Arsenal to the next round, but this does not feel like a match that they can just go ahead and drop. 2.75 total with a 1.8. Wow. 1.8 to win the match, which makes me a little more concerned than I originally was here. I guess Sevilla are very good at drawing matches here. And, with all that being said, it's going to sound kind of crazy, and I do agree it's going to be crazy. I'm going to go 1-1 Sevilla Arsenal. Not a sexy result. People probably are not going to be feeling that, but you got to take a chance somewhere. I'm going for Sevilla Arsenal 1-1 result. Union Berlin and Napoli. Berlin does not seem that great, so Napoli only being 1.9 makes me feel like the books are putting heavy respect on Berlin at home. And we do know that Berlin at home is kind of a wagon. They are kind of a wagon at home. Hard to disagree with that. Let's go look at their recent results at home. I could not have been more wrong. I really thought Berlin at home was a wagon. This makes me even more concerned. This makes me even more concerned with the lines here then, because you're telling me Berlin have lost 4 straight at home. Let's say 3. No, yeah, they've lost 4 straight at home, including 2-0 blown result to Braga, and Napoli away are insane. So why is Napoli only 1.9 odd here against Berlin? You know what? I think if I'm gonna finish high at the end of this tournament, I think I gotta do something crazy here. I think I gotta try a 2-1 Berlin result. I think I'm gonna go with the Berlin money line. It's crazy. Oh, I know it's crazy. It's not gonna be sexy. People are not gonna be feeling this result, but I mean, tell me, how else are Napoli 1.9 to win when Berlin at home are garbage? Berlin in general have been garbage. Yeah. We're going to go for the Berlin win here. Just got to go for it. You know what? I changed my mind. Just now. We're going to go 1-0 result to Berlin. 1-0 result to Berlin. I know. It's crazy, boys, but just bear with me here. Benfica and Real Sociedad. I always have that one match I want to take a 1-1 for or a 0-0 for. This one does feel like a 0-0 on paper to me. 2.5 total. 2.2 odd for Benfica. Sociedad's at 3.3. I really don't want to pick 0-0 because I feel like there could be some goals in this match, but man, I feel like it's just going to end 1-0, 1-1 either way. I feel like the under 2.5 is coming through here. I think just for simplicity, I'm going to go 1-1 Benfica and Sociedad. I was very close to going Benfica 1-0, but 1-1 makes a lot more sense to me. Lens and PSV. It's kind of hard to think about Lens anymore, right? Like, what do we really think about Lens after that result versus Arsenal? The books are giving Lens a bit of credit here, right? 2.4 at home, PSV's 2.8 away, 2.75 total. So we have Lens who are coming off a result of 5 matches, no losses. Same thing with PSV. So both teams are coming off 5 matches of no losses here. Lens at home, solid, right? Only 1 loss to Metzer, and PSV away, only 1 loss to Arsenal. So I would say both teams are in very similar form here. I think I'm going to just go with a 2-1 Lens result, even though I do like PSV. So let's not say I'm a PSV hater. I actually do rate PSV, but I think the lineups here could kind of shift how I think about this. But if we're making this prediction before the match starts, 2-1 to Lens makes the most sense to me. United and Copenhagen here. It's in Old Trafford, and while it's so obvious to say, you know, United win this, United win big here, United just have been okay, right? They beat Sheffield United 2-1. They beat Brentford 2-1. So they've conceded twice against, I would say, I'll call Brentford an inferior opponent to United. And then they lost to Crystal Palace at home. So it's hard to say United have been incredible at Old Trafford. Copenhagen away have good results here. I really rate the Copenhagen 2-2 result against Galatasaray. I feel like we got to put that in perspective. That's a crazy result. When you see what Bayern Munich's odds are against Galatasaray in Turkey, it is pretty crazy to see what Copenhagen can probably do here away in Old Trafford. I think a lot of people will be thinking that United will be losing this match or potentially struggling here, but I think this is the match where United kind of figured out more so in Champions League. I feel like they need a good result here. I'm almost thinking they're kind of desperate for this result here. They cannot blow this match. I'm going to go 3-1 United, but that's more of a result that I feel like United need more than I feel like United should get that result, but let's see what happens there. Braga, Real Madrid. You know, I have one way I feel this match is going to go. I feel like Madrid take forever to score, and I do feel like it'll be 2-1. I could see this match going one of those ways where Braga get the early goal, Madrid get the late goal first half, and then a late goal at the end of the match here. Bellingham probably does some stuff. I'm going to go 2-1 to Madrid here and not think about that one 2-2 too much. All right, second match day for Champions League round 3, Barcelona, Shakhtar Donetsk. A little bit of an interesting one here, right? Barca big favorites in Camp Nou, 3.25 favorites, about 1.2 on the money line. I don't think Shakhtar should be able to do anything, right? Yeah, they're not even feeling a big Shakhtar result here. I think I'm going to keep it straightforward with a 2-0 and I'm going to go 3-0. 3-0 to Barcelona here. They get the job done. Not too much to think about that one. Feyenoord and Lazio. This one is tough. This one is very tough. Two interesting teams based on where they sit in their league, how they've played recently. Lazio have been very nice. 4 out of 5 wins here. They did beat Celtic away from home 2-1. They are away in Feyenoord, and Feyenoord at home have been pretty solid this year, right? They are coming off what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight wins at home. The odds sit at 1.85 for Feyenoord. The over-under sits at about 2.75. I'm feeling a 2-0 Feyenoord result against Lazio. Antwerp versus Porto. We got the Belgian lads versus the Portuguese lads here. I think this is the one. This is one where I probably won't go off gut. I'll probably go off whatever the books are feeling on this one here. With a 2.75 total, Porto being the bigger favorites here. I feel like Antwerp kind of played dead football a little bit. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 Porto result here. Celtic versus Atletico. Celtic at home. Where do we put respect on Celtic's name at home at the moment? Atletico Madrid is 1.91 favorite. Bit of a tough one here with it being a 2.5, about 2.5 to 2.75 on the total here. I feel like Atletico should get it done, right? Atletico should get it done here. They had that 1-1 draw versus Lazio. Celtic at home. Still back and forth here, but they did score on Lazio. I feel like Celtic could honestly lose another match 2-1 at home again. I think Atletico Madrid are just a little bit too much for Celtic, and I'm not sure how I feel about Celtic. I think they're kind of coming back into form, but it's still a tough one for them. Newcastle, Dortmund. Oh my God, dude. As a Dortmund fan, I don't even know what to say about this. This could get ugly. This could get ugly quick, too. After what Newcastle did to PSG, I find it very, very hard to put any disrespect on St. James Park. I really have a hard time doing it. They are 1.65. The books totally acknowledge what could be going down here. They score a lot recently at home. They scored 4 against PSG. They scored 4 against Crystal Palace. They scored 2 against Burnley. They had a couple of, smaller result wins, but they even beat Man City in the EFL Cup here. I feel like this is going to go 3-1 to Newcastle here, but I also would not be surprised at all if Dortmund does not score. I'm going to put a goal for Dortmund because I feel like they need to kind of step it up a little bit in Champions League here, so I'll give them that pity goal. Young Boys versus Man City here. I'm not going to get too crazy with this one. I feel like we all kind of know where this is going to go down. I think I'm going to keep this very straightforward without thinking about it too much. 2-0 to City, not thinking about it too much. 2-0 to City. Young Boys park the bus, 11 behind the ball. City probably struggle for the first 30, maybe even 40 minutes, and then they probably get 2 goals eventually, and they beat them 2-0. Leipzig versus Cervena Zvezda, aka Red Star Belgrade. Leipzig and Red Star. Leipzig also at home here. 3.5 goal total. I really don't see Red Star scoring against Leipzig away from home. Nothing against Red Star. I like Red Star in general. I just don't know how they're going to get it done away here. They did score against City, which is very impressive, but I really don't know if they're going to be able to get one against Leipzig as well. I know people will probably use that to probably make that decision. Let's see what the both teams to score odds are here. -132. Interesting. I think for that reason, I'm going to keep it at a 2-0 result. 2-0 to Leipzig. I feel like Red Star scoring that goal is kind of the X factor on this prediction, but I'm going to keep it at 2-0 Leipzig. And then the last match here, PSG versus Milan. Milan coming off a rough result against Juventus. I say rough because red card kind of ruined this match. It ended up 1-0, and it was in AC Milan as well. PSG at home coming off of that, like I said, that rough Newcastle performance. They kind of need to turn it around here. I feel like PSG should be able to get it done. They are seen as a 1.73 favorite. The match should be, in my opinion, dead for a bit, right? 2.75 total here. I do think PSG probably get a 2-1 result, but you know what? As I say that, I think I'm going to turn it back. I think I'm going to turn it back to a 1-1 result. As much as I want to go 2-1 PSG or 2-2, I'm going to keep it to 1-1 for PSG Milan. I feel like Milan, after that tough result, they probably do get a result here in Paris, and let's see if they can get that 1-1 result. All right, boys, appreciate you guys.